a little bit of reconciliation or no? And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This whole complete episode was basically about reconciliation between these folks, and it wasn't working. The first thing we got, Jocelyn, she says she's going out to see the girls. She hadn't seen the girls in a while, so she's going to go out and see the girls so they can see that she didn't got her body snatched back and everything like that. She sits down. Jocelyn's so ridiculous. She's going to say, Bonnie Bella came out in the toilet. She thinks she the shit already. I said, Lord have mercy. She talked to them about her doing the reel, Tommy's wine tasting, and they also talked about reconciliation with her and Carly. Now, the one at the helm of all this is that goddamn Melissa. Melissa, you messy queen. Melissa, she's orchestrating it all. I'm like, girl, good luck with this. I don't know. Trying to get anybody to reconcile with Jocelyn is like pulling teeth. So, we'll see. We'll see. Next, we actually see Carly versus Jock, honey. They was in a knockdown, drag out. You did me wrong. No, you did me wrong. Ain't either one of y'all did each other right because y'all both ain't nothing but nasty. Y'all like to come together and fuck and move on. And that's what y'all should do. Come together, fuck, and move on. Ain't no need to argue. You're not going to be honest and forthcoming with him, and he's not going to be with you. So it just is what it is. Y'all like what y'all do when y'all stink up the room, and that's it. Child, I'm looking over there at Carly. She got these black tears running down her face. I said, girl, really? You got to stop with this wet and wild makeup, honey. Cut it out. Next, we see Rashida and Shirlene. That whole thing, Rashida let her mother know she didn't really appreciate that shit that her and Mama D did at that party. That shit was downright embarrassing. And Shirlene was just telling her, you need to force him to take the paternity test. And she's like, I'm not going to beg him. He's a whole grown-ass man. I can't make Kirk do anything. Getting a little tired of their storyline, too. Just a tiny bit. Lovely Mimi sat down with Tommy and talked about quite a few things. They talked about her making up with Jocelyn, and that Jocelyn's not that bad. Tommy was side-eyeing the shit out of that. She also talked about the whole thing with her mom, and I thought that everything was kind of cool. But no, Tommy kind of felt like KK stepped out of line a little bit by trying to play peacemaker between her and her mother. She didn't want to really be peaceful with her mother. I said, oh, well, okay. So KK steps back in. We got KK, Tommy, and Samantha all in one spot. Before they actually did that, KK had met with Samantha, and Samantha kind of was real groovy with KK, telling KK, you think you're Tommy's mother, but you're not. I'm Tommy's mother. This, that, and the other. And at that point, it was so funny because I looked at KK's face, and KK was looking at Samantha like, bitch, don't let these cameras get your ass whooped. You know good well you don't fucking talk to me like this, bitch. You know, she told her, I don't want to be your daughter's mother, honey. I got 3 sons of my own and one that passed away. Bitch, I ain't got time. Got my own goddamn problems. And she told her about that damn alcoholism. She threw that out there at her. I don't have no drinking problem. Drunk as hell. I said, girl, okay. All right, honey, guzzling fish. So once we get all 3 of them together, they face off. They just went straight into the issues. KK was kind of really working with them, telling y'all need to face these issues and get this shit wrapped up. You know, she said, because Tommy's always worried about you. You know what I mean? No matter what y'all say to each other, she's always worried to make sure you got what you need. You're always got your chest poked out about how Tommy, takes care of you. But then y'all get together and y'all just can't get it because you two are some drunk bitches. And that's part of the problem. You two are some drunk bitches. Then Tommy goes into telling about how at the age of 14, her mother had her sent to juvie. And that got the whole ball rolling on everything bad that's actually going on with her. I don't know about that, Tommy. Because 14, now you old bitch. You can't go back to, this happened when I was 14, and now I'm still doing this because... There comes a time when you got to take responsibility for the shit that you're doing, Tommy. It is what it is. Y'all both some drunk bitches, and that's what's going on, and that's cool. But y'all ain't admitting that y'all some drunk bitches. That's part of the problem. That alcohol between the two of them is a mess. Tommy stormed out. KK got her to come back. Then they got back at it again. I said, oh, that's a fucking mess. Not my house, they wouldn't. I'd put both them bitches out. Jocelyn sat her ass down with Stevie, and they sitting up there flirting with each other back and forth in their little nasty way. She's sucking bananas down her throat and carrying on. She told him she's going to do the real. That motherfucker turned around and looked at her, and that's why I said, I like Stevie J. But that whole pimp daddy thing, it just irritates me. Did you cut me in? Cut you in? I'll cut you up. Hell no, I ain't cut you in. She's like, no, I did this for myself, Stevie. I said, Lord, have mercy. He told her he going to watch Bonnie Bella while she go on the reel. She said, no, baby, that's not going to happen. He said, well, I raised so many kids. She said, I wouldn't give a damn. Bonnie Bella going with my sister, and you can go on about your business. I said, I know that's right. Child, then there was some big mess. They done had these girls, they all went on a bonfire. They had a little camping trip thing. They did a bonfire. Child, Mimi, Tammy, Bambi, Rashida, Sierra, and Carly. All of them having man problems. Child, them bitches was getting on my nerves. And they're crying the blues and all this stupid shit. Child, Sierra threw, what's the little child's name that was screwing her husband? That was her assistant. You know that child. I can't think of her name right now. That's terrible. I can't think of her name. But that trout mouth bitch that screwed her husband, she done threw that bitch's lace front in the fire and burned it on that. Mimi, talking about all the drama in her life, started with that she threw the shirt that she had on when she met Nico, and she threw the DVD of her fucking and sucking Nico and hanging off the shower roll. She threw all that shit in the fire. So that's where our problem started. She crying about, I'm going to have to explain this to my daughter. I told you seasons ago, Mimi, don't you get on the screen and cry not one time about making this porno. Bitch, I told you. And I meant it when I told you. You shut the fuck up, Mimi, bitch. You knew what you was doing, you cocksucker. Shut your goddamn mouth. Anyway, move on. Rashida, that bitch is tripping. She took her diamond necklace. Remember when she had the cookout? And Kirk was trying to make up with her. That bitch took her diamond necklace and threw it in the fire. I wish I'd have been standing around somewhere and a bitch could have thrown some diamonds in the fire and slap your goddamn lips. That dumb shit. So they had that whole little thing going on. Lastly, we got Carly, Jocelyn, Melissa, and Dime get together. Child, that shit went left so quick. Jocelyn was being a complete, pure bitch. The whole time she wasn't listening to what Carly had to say. Kept telling Carly, you're a messy bitch. Just that damn. She didn't want to make up with Carly. I don't know what Jocelyn's deal was with that, but she didn't want to. You could tell Carly sincerely was like open to it. Jocelyn was doing all that, honey. Carly got mad, and she really got mad when she turned around and accused her of sleeping with Stevie. I said, oh, no, she didn't. Carly cussed her ass out. She got mad as hell at Jocelyn. Jocelyn will say, why are you screaming? She said, because I can. You know, that's her new thing. She snaps out and then she walks out. I said, girl, she did it. Snapped out and everybody was like, woo. Honey, Jocelyn said, girl, you look a mess. And the shit went off. I said, oh my God. It was a mess. It was a mess. They tried to do reconciliation and none of the shit worked. The whole damn hour. A mess. I'll see y'all next week.